Yeah, one of us probably should have checked that was actually happening. So now that we're here and you can hear me, we are here for Herd Summer Racing League. We are watching the Ds. We've got a herd rider, P. Apena, who I'm afraid I do not know who they are. But we are moving along. I am joined today as we cover this race on Royal Pump Room 8 by Brent and Sean. So Brent, you raced earlier. What do you think?
Yeah, so the Royal Pump Room 8 course is tough, but it is like fun and fair, and especially with the points racing part of HSRL, it is a really tough course because the segments are devious in all sorts of different ways and very, very different. And then the course is hard too, especially the back third of the course with the Potts Bank wall before you get into the finishing downhill stretch. Really, really, there's no just cruising in sort of to the finish. You got to be on your game. At least to get to the top of the Potts Bank wall and into that final turn to the downhill before you just get ready for the final sprint. So hopefully racers came ready because there's definitely lots of pain and suffering yet to come in this race.
Yeah, the Yorkshire course is never flat, even on that upper sprinty bit. But just looking at the route overall right now, the route profile, it looks like there's four preems: Yorkshire Sprint Reverse, the Yorkshire KOM, the Yorkshire Sprint, and then the Yorkshire KOM Reverse. And it's a 27.7 kilometer, 17.2 mile course. So the reverse sprint happens within the first 2 to 3 kilometers. But the Yorkshire KOM, Yorkshire Sprint, and Yorkshire KOM Reverse all happen pretty much back to back. It starts basically between 12 and 19K into the course. They come right one after another before that Pot Bank wall and coming into the finish there.
Yeah, and in between the sprint here, which we're just getting, if you're watching Apana, they're getting very, very close to the sprint segment start here. You get a downhill, but then you go out. There's a 10% grade up to the lap banner, and then you go into the Otley Road climb, which in some maybe categories will be a little more casual. But I'll tell you, in the A's, there was a bunch of jerks attacking, and it was not much fun. And then you got to go across the little lumpy up and down bits to down the Pot Bank wall to get to the bottom of the first KOM. So like, there's just no switching off on this Yorkshire. There's no just sitting in the group and waiting for things to happen. You got to be ready to go all the time.
Yeah, and we have the C's are off.
Just rolling out.
Yeah, the C's are rolling out. So I've got camera for now on Dennis Wade of the herd mentality, and looks well. They're just rolling out. One guy went really hard.
I believe there's actually 2 herd mentality riders that are going to be riding with mentality in the coming season. Terry Leduc, I think, is also going to be riding with mentality.
Yeah. So newly joined the herd.
I'll be super curious to see if these D riders know the rules, because we're about to find out in 1 second as I go through the sprint banner.
It doesn't necessarily look it, does it?
I would say maybe it's tactical, but it does not appear that they are selling out for these sprint points here at this point.
No.
Race.
Speaking of herd mentality, it sounds like we may have Bowser just jumping on.
See that?
Oh. I have no riders that I'm viewing, if you can hear me.
Yeah. Bowser!
Absolutely, we hear you now. Are you racing, Bowser?
I raced the first race, actually.
Oh, how did that go?
It's a really difficult course to add primes in.
Yeah.
Just there's no real. Especially if people aren't racing it in a smart way for primes, especially, and they're attacking on everything that's at all elevated.
Yeah.
So it was tough, especially with like the heat and humidity in my basement. It was really tough.
And I would say, Alan Bray, that the A's are much worse than the Bs. I mean, they were fast today, so maybe not today, but I'm telling you, the A's are redonkulous with their
C's are coming into
stuff.
the sprint just now.
They still got a little bit to the turn.
No, I think they got a little ways to the sprint yet. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't hit the turn yet.
I'm pretty sure we'll see Dennis tail gunning nicely before we hit that. I see Terry's already back there.
Yeah, this is a really, really good sprint to tail gun through because you can just not have to go like really, really hard on the little downhill bit and come into the group, and then you can smash it from the bottom up into the climb and come through. I think I got 5th on this one today in the A's.
This is one of the uphill sprints, right?
Yeah, well, it's downhill then uphill, right?
Yeah. Kind of a little downhill around the corner and then
yep, exactly that.
Uphill to the line.
So like in Bullseye, you really don't go till you turn the thing, but with the time thing here, you kind of got to ramp it up a little sooner.
Okay, so there's the C's are about to hit the start of the sprint now.
Yeah.
Looks like a bit of a competition for the back here.
Oof. So Dennis is in a really good spot right there.
Although he hasn't started sprinting yet.
This is pretty late. He's going to have to hit it now. Turning it up a little. There he goes.
Does he know that he's in the segment yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Still going to be tough to catch, though. I think those front guys were too far, though. Too late.
Oh, yeah. He's kind of shutting it down.
He came off the power, too.
Yeah.
There was actually a break in the A race here. I don't know if you guys had a break here, Bowser, but like Stuart Lynn raced with us, and Stuart beat me last week on rooftop, and he didn't come through the group here.
Yeah, so we had a break, but it was because Shifty and I went super hard and like killed ourselves, and we had a 12-second gap, but it was one of those things where we both didn't want to do any work. It didn't make any sense, but the gap definitely was. You can use the downhills that come after all these efforts, right?
Yeah, you can, but I mean, listen, if you're doing HSRL and you're not going hard through the segments, you're not doing it right.
Yep. Oh.
So the Bs have just rolled out.
I think they still got 15 seconds.
Nope, they're riding.
Figured out how to follow people. I joined as an A, but I now view people.
There we go. Okay, so I've got Ellen Bray on camera right now. Don't think I've seen much else for herd riders in the Bs in this race. Though I do recognize a pile of names in here, so with
yeah, most of them are us.
There's a few.
Andy Kroll's in there. Andy's beat me at several races before.
Yeah, is he back down in the Bs, huh?
Yep.
He was a C last week, I thought.
No.
He flip-flops, I know that. But
Well,
he's so strong.
He flip-flops A and B. Yeah.
He's super strong.
Yes. But Lloyd Jones is in here. Is it Manalo from OTR? I've seen a bunch of herd races. So, yeah, it looks like a good group.
Yamamoto, I'm sure I've seen that racer in a bunch of races before too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see you in the earlier race, Brent. the lead group of A's passed me like right before the finish, and I actually drafted them past the guy I was trying to get past. I don't think he saw me coming. I think I must have been hidden on the map.
Awesome. Yeah, I was not in the lead group of A's by the end. I was in the second group to the top of the second KOM, and then I got dropped by them on the second KOM, and then I was solo to the finish. And I was just trying to stay away from Stuart Lynn, who beat me last week, so I was happy to take some points off of him this week.
Yeah, I think you might be the only person I didn't see because I fell back through every single group. So
Did the A's catch the B's?
I fell back through the Bs using them for primes as well. So the A's were the last ones to pass.
It looks like you got second this morning, Bowser.
Yeah, by 1 point. I'm pretty pissed. And the guy that beat me, I don't know. I mean, you must have just been strong, but he like attacked early, and I was like, I'm not chasing. It's 6 kilometers in, and I guess it screwed me. So that's what I get for being lazy.
Okay, so it looks like the Bs are about to hit the sprint.
He went solo off the front and still won all the enough points in the segments to win the race.
I mean, maybe he found the Bs and whatnot too.
Oh,
Alan
maybe,
is
yeah.
not tail gunning this at all, huh?
This would be the opposite of tail gunning, whatever this is.
Yeah, this is.
He's going off the front, as they say. Which, here he goes. He's gonna go early, maybe, and see if he can shake him and make him chase him.
Yeah,
and
he's got a gap
coming.
Yeah, that's
if he can hold this though. He's got to hold this through this turn. Like this is a longer sprint than it looks.
Yeah.
And Manalo just hit 16 watts a kilo, so I don't think he's holding him off.
Oh,
yeah.
Keep going, Alan. Smash it. He's gonna get a good time still.
He's still got a really good time.
Yeah. Stay on these wheels as he goes across. And that's the thing. Actually, if he was worried about a break, and I mean, Alan's a good rider, but that's not the worst strategy in the world, is to make sure you didn't get shaken on the break here.
Yep.
Sure, he's strong, but not top of category.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was one of those things where sometimes you go into a sprint and you just get in your head going, they're not really moving fast enough. I don't like entering a sprint going 38. I'd rather go 45.
Yeah.
What if he got his head there?
For sure.
Absolutely. So just for a broadcast note, I only have 3 views for today, so we will be looking at the D's, B's, and C's for now, and then we might switch over to the A's in a bit.
A's are overrated.
Are there?
I gotta say, I have to admit the D race looks not overly engaging at the moment, where I don't think anybody's really racing to the rules, so we might switch to the A's.
I say Alan's gonna have to give it just a little bit of gas and go with these 4 guys, I think, to bridge up to this front group. So right at this hill, it would be the spot I'd want to stomp it and get back on these guys' wheels, because the front guys won't be super motivated. So if he smashes it right now, they should get it all back together here.
Well, there goes the A's the other direction.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a mind trip when you're in a race and all of a sudden it's like, those guys are going the wrong way.
So the C's are just about to crest Otley Road. There's a little split in the group, but mostly stuck together.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, these guys are going hard.
They're going really hard.
Dennis is hammering out off the front.
Well, there's 2 guys in front of him he's trying to stick with, so.
Including I Hump a Lot.
And
you talked about Dennis's one week in B last week.
Oh no, yeah. We have not. But that's the reason he's off the front of the C's. He's too strong for the C's.
That's a good effort for him, though. He's better like in the 3 to 8 minute, not in the 1 minute type of thing.
Yeah, sustained efforts are really his thing.
But he was in B for, I believe, 1 week in cat enforcement.
So I've got to say, I have. This is the race that gave me my my almost B. The first time we did this in HSRL 2 years ago.
Where was that 20 minutes?
The first 20 minutes. I went back and looked. It was the first 20 minutes. I actually thought it was the 2 KOMs in the middle, but no, it was the first 20 minutes.
Dennis better get on the gas.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was sitting up to wait for them, but you can't sit up too much here.
2 seconds off now.
This is what the C race looked like earlier. It was just like yo-yoing on all of these hills. Similar.
There's so many of these little hills that going off the front is a dangerous strategy.
Well, just accidentally getting a little bit off the front is dangerous.
He's 4 seconds back now, and unless he gets on real soon, he might not see the front of the race again.
Yeah, no, that's tough.
I see. I'm already in the mindset of, if I'm him, I'm going, where are the bees? Because I think they're going to catch in this race.
They're still in the middle of Otley Road. I mean,
they catch in a calm pretty fast.
Yeah,
but they're not catching him before the calm.
No, not unless he sits up and stops.
Poor Alan is just dangling 5 seconds back of the B lead group.
Yeah, that.
I think it's going to break up a bit, and guys might come back to him. But
I think
Dennis they might give up a little bit. It's.
Well, it's funny because he got on the group on that ramp, and then he just couldn't hold. And then the group came through him, and then he couldn't hold it.
Yep.
Just too bad. Looks like the A's are in the sprint.
Yeah, I think it might be time to move that camera.
Bobby Edwards off the front. Mangum's coming through. Morris Fish. No, Mike Fish. Oof.
Yeah, I've had lots of great battles with Mike Fish.
Yeah, he was in my race last week.
Yeah.
So is Mangum. Mangum's a B, but he's a super lightweight.
Yeah, so Fish and I had races in is it the low B of the Mad Monday, which is pretty funny.
It'll be really interesting here. So Dennis is not catching that front group, but that group is about to hit the pot bank descent. It's at 11 seconds now. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of that and coming back up the other side, it's out over 20.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan's
bad luck
off the group too on Otley Road.
Yeah. So there's one rider 7 seconds ahead. I'd be working hard to get up to him. Somebody's better than nobody.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I'd say that's bad luck for Dennis. I don't know what you do there. That group is just too large. They were going to always fly past you, even if you put in a little dig. That was a big group.
Yep.
I just messaged him. I said, "You better wait up, bud."
Yeah, and it's such a difference here because you get another super tuck here where he is if you're in a group, and
yes,
you just slow down too much.
So I guess they just must have the bees must have just gone down that little ramp and then back up, because there's like guys putting like 10 and 12 watt per kilo surges across that thing.
Yeah, so I
Good
think
Lord.
that was just to get back in the group when they got off or whatever. That was the descent down after the Otley climb.
Yeah, that's still like, oof.
Oh, I know I've done that there.
Oh yeah, me too. Well,
Yeah.
and I did today. Like they attacked in the race today, like this hill here where there was a huge attack.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to go back and look, but I'm sure I was in the 400 or 500 watts all the way up to stay the group.
Yeah. So nice dig by Alan to get up to the dirt rider there.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta kind of stay on it. Like I'm sure this front group of 6 riders is not going to be 6 at the top of KOM 1 even. So
yeah, or 9, I think.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, he's in 10th. Good call.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
So if these guys can stay a little bit motivated and just try and hold that gap, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure by the time you get into the descent, there'll be bodies coming back to you.
Because I never know how much to trust the Zwift numbers, but it looks like to the point that the A's are at the beginning of the Otley climb, the B's were faster to there. So because it's more than 5 minutes from Allen back.
Yep. That's the A's are tactical, so they don't always go as fast. Like I have almost never caught the B's in an HSRL race this summer for sure.
No, well, and the B's are normally a bigger group, which you just go faster.
Yep, bigger group, and like I said, the A's are tactical too. So they only really smash it when it's the segment. So you're not quite,
except they're attacking on the on Otley Road. Good call, Brent.
So the front group of C's is hitting the descent into the first KOM.
Okay. Here, we can jump up there. I don't think for the
next Leduc.
Yeah, I'll grab Terry. I don't think he has his herd racing kit yet. I did put his request in.
Looking good in the pink.
Yep. Yeah, that Betty Designs kit is very bright.
With the pink bike, pink helmet, pink shoes.
Oh yeah.
That's good stuff.
Oh, whoa.
Hammering.
Does he know how long this climb is?
It looked like he was worried he was going to get gapped there.
Yeah.
He was off the back a bit.
That first bit all the way till there is really where you get the benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, you were going 40 kph still towards the top. I mean, you just can't make up for that if you're a solo rider.
It's really hard. Although I have seen a solo rider win fastest time on this, they were a pretty overpowered watt per kilogram lightweight.
It looks pretty sensible right now, though.
Settling in around 4 watts a kilo. There are a couple of riders in here who are strong. I mean, I know Ryan Awang, Kevin Bankston. They tend to be right on that edge between high C, low B.
Yeah, Dan Andrews too. I've raced him in a lot of B races.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are the guys that are going to have enough for a kick over the top, right? Sprint at that last 100 meters.
Yeah. Yeah, what I see Terry doing is how I usually end up on this climb. Get gapped here and there, try and stay in the wheels, and then, this last little bit, see what I've got.
Did a good job of keeping the power on over the flat segment and getting back to the front, but couldn't hang with that front little push there. Here you go.
Yeah, that's a great spot to break that draft because it does.
25 RPM on the cadence. My goodness.
That's making my heart rate go up just watching it.
I assume he's just spinning. It's just the animations, the sprint, because it's catching me off guard.
Yeah.
He's going again. Wow.
My lungs hurt watching it. All right, just doing it for another 10 seconds. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Coming past Ryan.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, didn't quite. Not. Oh, yeah.
I think he's got it.
I don't know if he tail gunned it or not. I don't think so.
I think he was
He
near the
wasn't.
back.
He wasn't right at the front. I don't know if he'll get that or not.
Oh, that's a fast time.
254s, maybe for both of them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a
But,
fast time. Impressive.
Yeah, so it did say Terry took the jersey, so I think that means he beat him on time.
Although Ryan has the jersey next to his.
Who knows then?
Yeah. I don't know.
So probably Ryan and
times displayed.
Well, so it's not going to display on my view because I don't have anybody in the C pen.
Oh, I was just during the race today. We didn't get our sprint times because it was like defaulting to the UCI lap, but I think we got our KOM times shown.
Yeah, that's what it did to me. I rode this course on a recce yesterday, and yeah, that's what it showed me too. Not
Just
that I would
as
be
a-
racing.
Just to point out, it's a full yard sale now. There's bodies everywhere. These two will have 7 seconds on the next two. There's 8 seconds to another rider, 15 to 2 more. So it's just everywhere at this point.
And
that's exactly what happened earlier.
That's what I don't think with HSRL scoring. I don't think there's any other way that this goes.
Yep.
It's go hard there, then don't go super hard here, hammer the sprint, and then, recover down to the bottom. And then climb the hill again.
Front group of Bs has started the crop as well. Is just a bit off the back
they're in the
there.
climb.
Yep. So Alan's on the way down into the KOM, sitting nicely in the draft. So looks pretty good.
Yeah, I've got eyes on the front Bs. They're still pretty packed up. Well, I guess a couple have gone off the front. 3, Eblin, Risotto, and Baumgartner. But not that far.
I think they're all together.
It's
Yeah.
packed up. Yeah, they're not. So it's kind of how the A1 went today. It was all pretty close through the flat bit, and then the second half it went a bit sideways from there.
So you mentioned that the reverse pot bank wall was kind of hellish. Is that just? I assume you weren't with the group at that point.
No, I was solo.
Yeah. Was there a group at that point?
I think in the front, probably the front 3 or 4 guys were still together from looking at the times.
The front 4 were together because they passed. Well, I grabbed onto them just after it.
Yep.
Ooh.
But there were so many riders like jammed up on that hill with 5 seconds apart from each other. Just wait, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, see, now the Bs are breaking apart as they go through here.
Yeah, the front 4 are really kicking each other in the legs.
How do you feel if you're this or C or D or D as these guys come through? It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, these guys are flying.
So Alan's on the climb now.
2:36. You know what? Those are really fast times, but they're not as ridiculous as I thought we might get.
It looks like we missed the the C's sprinting.
Oh, sorry,
But,
I saw a bit of that.
Yeah.
So I think
Looks like Ryan did a pretty
Ryan
fast
got
time.
him, but I think it was just with a tail gun more than anything else. But it does look like this is going to come together a bit. Although, yeah,
Yeah, there are about 6 riders within a few seconds of one another at this point.
yeah.
Little regroup before the reverse KOM, which comes way too soon.
Yeah.
I like the reverse KOM. I feel like it's something that I'm just not used to riding that much, but I feel like it's a more enjoyable climb at least.
I always go too early after the flat.
Yeah, Bowser,
Yeah.
why?
I feel like you get more of a flat, and I don't know. I know that it's about a 3.8 average compared to a 5.5, so I think and it's more draftable. That's probably why I like it more,
Yeah.
if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, I mean it's got that really steep ramp at the start that if you don't hit well, you can get in trouble, and then it does a very long flat segment that is very draftable. But then the end part is deceptively steep and hard,
Yeah.
and you
Especially right at the corner at the very top. Yeah. It steepens up even more right there.
yeah, and like I said, I always go too early thinking can hold like my sort of not maybe all out sprint, but like that kind of 500-600 watt type number into the end, and then I always crash like 100 meters from the end.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
oh, that was
coming
too
through together now. There's a group of 7, and Terry just let the group fly past him.
Yep. That was
was
clever.
As long as he can get back to the group by the flat bit, which he's the way he rides, it's not going to be an issue.
Bees are on the sprint right now, the lead bees anyway.
Yeah, so he's there. So yeah, it's that surge that now draft, or maybe just go straight past, whatever.
What was that, Brent?
The bees are like very tame on this sprint.
Oh. Yeah.
Like that was not nearly as smashy as I've seen there.
I mean, they did hurt each other quite a bit over the top of the KOM.
They did do a very hard climb, no doubt.
Yeah, if
seeing all of them up over 10 watts a kilo to finish the climb, so
yeah, there's been some kicking in the legs here. Oh, and so the reverse KOM is just going uphill. As far as the C's go, it looks Terry was on the front for a minute, but it's this lead group of 5. Still all pretty tight.
The B race is just a little shattered, eh?
More than a little.
Like if Alan can smash this, he's got a chance to move up in these points. If he goes now,
Absolutely.
now.
Yep.
Go, Alan, go.
He's not going.
Nope, he's not going.
Yeah, I think that's almost the biggest thing you can do is to hammer these sprints when you get the chance. Yeah.
That's my strategy.
And then 10 watts a kilogram at the very end. I didn't get it, but
yeah, I mean, I guess there was 3 guys who did pretty good, but I did a 21.4 through there in the A.
Oh, I beat you in the C's, bud.
I was well. I had no crowd.
I had the entire front B group.
Yeah, I was just me and I was with Barnhorst and Amrani through there, and I'm surprised that actually Eric's time is 20.3. I mean, they did beat me for sure, but um,
It's, in my opinion, like I'm doing it in ZRL and other herd racing. It's one of the sprints where it actually you should probably go early, especially if you don't have a huge group, because
yeah,
the speed drops off drastically once you make that turn.
So it looks like Ryan. I think it's Ryan Awang from ATP. I think he got the fastest time up the reverse.
Yeah. Terry was right there with him and just didn't have it at the end.
Yeah.
Dennis appears to be playing it smart. He's just off the front of the B group as they are heading into the climb, or I guess he's on the flat part of the climb, so he may be able to grab onto them, and get a nice little drag.
Yeah, and so now from here on in, you're just riding for position. So yeah, see, Terry's trying to stay with Hobble from ATP, and they've got Awang and Ben. It looks like 4 seconds off the front right now, and then 5 seconds back to Humpalot.
yeah, the front two Bs have put a hurt on the rest of the group here on this climb. They've
Yeah,
opened the gap up 15 seconds, but like you're right about riding for position, but there's 4 guys in behind them, and then the 2 of them. And I get they're gonna have those points, but like if this 4 guys can put the catch on them across the top here, like well, there's another pretty big climb you got to do.
yeah,
Actually, before you even get to Pot Bank, right? Like there's one out of this descent on this KOM, right? Like you descend off this KOM,
yep,
and there's like a pretty real climb that comes up next, and then you get a bit of a flat spot, then down into the Pot Bank wall. So
yeah. So Terry's on that
they're climbing
first
it
climb
now.
right now. Yeah.
oh, it's looking a bit like Andy's ended up in exactly the same hurt locker I was in today.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what I did. Is those guys jumped right out of the flat spot, and I tried to go with them, and I just ran out of gas before I got to the corner.
Yep. Oh, I think we lost Bobby.
Yeah, I don't see him in my Zwifter list anymore either.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay, let me see if I can grab something back on that camera here.
I gotta say, like, here's I don't know, maybe it's every bike or what, but I'm looking at Andy Kroll's outfit, and he's got all the cool ATV pink kit, fair game, the pink Trek bike, and then he's got like the DT Swiss disc wheel, and the stickers are pink. Is that a thing that just happens when you change the bike color on the Trek?
Yes, on the DT Swiss wheel. Yeah, that they. I don't think it did that when they first brought the wheel out, but it was a few updates ago.
I like my rainbow disc, but this may give you extra incentive to try that one.
Yep.
Game changer.
Looks so good. Alan is in the second KOM here, holding with his buddy from dirt. Gathering up a few other bodies, maybe from some other categories as they go through.
So aside
Speed line.
from the longer climbs, can you guys think of a course, especially for HSRL, that splits the groups up more than this?
This one's pretty bad. I'd say there are lots though. I think last week's was bad. The I think our many laps of downtown Dolphin was also good for that. But this one's pretty bad. Yeah.
I was gonna say 9 laps of hilly.
9 laps. Well, I will say on the 9 laps of hilly, we had a pretty good. Definitely, when I did it, we had a pretty good front group that was regrouping at the top every time because everybody wanted somebody to sprint with. I think I got dropped after the 7th climb. Max Szymanski just chimed in on the chat suggesting the New York courses, and yeah, he's not wrong there. Some of those New York courses are pretty good too.
Yeah, yeah, especially anything that has those glass KOM
Yeah.
BS.
Yeah, even though those are short, I kind of count that as that's a climb. There, when you're at 20%, when you got those 20% pinches, like it's gonna snap.
Yeah, but I mean those are shorter climbs than
Yeah,
these by a long
They're not
shot.
like they're not like 20-minute Innsbruck or 20-minute
right.
Epic or
Not even a volcano.
yeah. Although Volcano, I would say breaks it up less than those because of the draftiness of it.
Yeah.
So one of the courses that, so I don't know if you guys saw that the Innsbruck leg snapper is now a segment.
Yes.
Saw that note, yeah.
It is not yet a segment on Zwift Power.
Gotcha.
So I can't use it yet.
But that is going to be that is going to entirely change the race dynamics there in a lot of cases.
Well, it makes Innsbruck Ring work really well as a HSRL course.
Oh yeah.
Where I'd say it probably didn't work great before.
Even the what is it, Innsbruck KOM after party, where it used to just be 3 sprints and then the long climb.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying there, yeah.
Well, now if you put them both in, if you put like leg snapper plus the sprint segment, I mean, that is nasty.
That's beastly.
I mean, it's always hard to get up the leg snapper in the group, just usually to start. But now you're doing it for time. I mean, oh.
Yeah. So it looks.
These.
Yeah, looking at the A's, the 2 ATP riders are a minute and a half off the front. Mike Fish is on his own. I think if I'm reading where he is correctly, because I just glanced over, I think is he just starting the reverse KOM? I'm not sure.
In the chat, Lauren has pointed out that the leg snapper is going to be the finish for one of the tiny races this weekend.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that really changes Innsbruck, is putting a finish line on leg snapper.
Yes. Yeah, that's quite the summit finish, actually. I mean, it's not the summit of a long climb, but it's it turns the finish.
Steep uphill finish. Yep.
Yeah. It's essentially a slightly shorter finish than the Libby Hill finish.
Yes. I hate the Libby Hill finish.
Oh. What route ends there? It's gotta be a custom?
What? Libby Hill after party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So 1B has really gone off the front, and then there's another group of 3, and then Andy and Lloyd are together, and then I don't know did Alan get back in with those guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Alan worked back in. He and Grant, who he was riding with up the KOM, I think caught another rider, and there's one more out ahead of the 3 that are riding together now. But he's been picking riders off throughout the course.
Yeah, so they've passed and dropped one rider, and then Butler hooked onto them as they came by. And
But Yamamoto went off the front.
He did.
yeah,
Who I guess was saving his powder till the end. Jeez. Good on him for still having 5 watts per kilo power to ride the Potts Bank Hill this late in the race. Don't know how long. I don't think I had much 4 and 5s up that thing. It's just so mean because you can see the riders in front of you look so close.
yeah.
And you're like,
If you can just sprint.
yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's like you're pedaling in cement. Like you hammer it, but it's like I didn't move anywhere. Neither did that guy. Ah.
Yeah, the C. So Terry's sitting in 5th. He's with Heibel from DDC slash
And
OTR. Yeah,
They might be able to chase Hobble back.
they very well might. If I were Terry, I would be cautious of this uphill coming up here, because I know Heibel is a lightweight rider, and yeah, there's the potential to get gapped down here.
Oh, Alan had a feather for the wall. That's kind of nice to have.
Doesn't even.
That's marked
I mean, it
short.
takes long enough to go up the wall that it doesn't make a big difference, but it feels good.
Yeah. I was like, when I was riding with scorekeeper, and he's like, "Oh, I got a feather for the KOM." I'm like, "I need a 2-minute feather for the KOM."
Yeah.
I do respect your rainbow socks and purple shoes, though, Alan. Looking good. Love
Absolutely.
it. I have no power. You do, Alan. Come on. Keep going. You're on this, buddy. You're dropping those guys behind you. And there's like C's up the road to carry. I just catch them.
Yeah, get up to Dennis and ride in together.
Yeah. There's still position points, so like with double, is it
Yeah, it's 2
It's a
points per
third-
place. Yep.
2 points per place? So, there's definitely like, come on, Alan, or wait, Dennis, get on Alan's wheel. Stay with that guy.
Yeah, seems like after getting dropped off there early on, Dennis has maybe fully blown.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
does happen.
Looking like. No, so it looks like Terry's looking for a sprint finish. He didn't really attack on that uphill. And Heibel didn't really attack there either. I was expecting something because lightweight, I was figuring that would be her best shot to take first out of this 3. But the 2 of them let the rider who was 4 seconds behind going into that uphill back in with them. So
This finish from Yamamoto, like, maybe some of our instructions are translated to Japanese. Did he not understand the exercise? He's doing 4 or 5 watts per kilo.
I don't know.
And by now he's got to be like around the corner into the flat part.
And yeah, I don't.
Yeah, flat-ish.
Yeah, he's 45 seconds back of the group in front of him. I don't like Andy and Lloyd. I don't think he's going to catch them.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, I did
He
some
might
hard
at that
segments
he
at the
might at
end,
that
but
pace, but I think if they see him coming,
Yeah. Well, and they got. I mean, there's that one hill and then the downhill. I don't think
Yeah.
he's gonna catch him if they get into that downhill with anything over about 15-second lead. But
I don't think they need 15 seconds. Yeah.
yeah, I just good on him to have that much power late in this race. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
if he had that much, I don't know why he's not in the front group.
So Terry and his group are approaching the left turn into the finish here. Looks like they're not going to catch Hobble, who did put a bit of a dig in to stay ahead of them after the three of them got together.
Yeah, and you end up with that chase group dynamic where nobody wants to be the one doing the work.
Yeah.
All right, Terry better go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he had the helmet.
Oh, and had 13 watts a kilo in the tank.
Yes, he did.
That's a nice sprint.
That is a very nice sprint, and yeah, good sprint and well fought for that 5th place.
Fourth, I actually think.
4th, maybe? Yeah, it's hard to tell at the end here.
Might get some other points. Might we move up one?
Oh.
Alan did stick that group, although they're so nice work, Alan. Good job. I know your legs are hurting, but you did a heck of a job to stick in there and stick with these guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been leading these guys mostly. I would definitely be making somebody else get on the front here if I were him.
Yeah, they definitely need to take some time, especially I would say before you get to this climb. Like I wouldn't want to be.
I wouldn't want to be on the
leading.
front coming into this. No, definitely not, because it's one of these two are going to hammer this.
Yep. It's a good time to just rest and get ready. Although those guys weren't exactly killing them up the wall, so they might not be ready for an attack either.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is your last chance, though. If you're not going to win the sprint, this is your last chance to create separation. So Grant is definitely. I mean, it's not a super strong attack, but yeah, it looks like he's definitely upping the pace. It looks like they're still staying together.
He's definitely trying to go a little bit, not full sell. Get on up there, Alan. Don't let him get away. There's a long flat to catch him, but you don't want to give him too much of a head start.
Yeah.
Of these three, based on Zwift power numbers, it does look like Alan's got the second best sprint, but a competitive sprint.
It might come down to timing and power ups.
Yep. It so often does.
Indeed.
It seems like Alan is in the chat, so if he's watching and listening, it turns out that Mason Butler is the one with the stronger sprint. So watch that wheel.
Yeah, well, and go get up on Grant right now if you can.
Yep.
Don't want to let him get.
Oh, you can't let him go.
Away.
Can't let him go.
Gotta go, Alan. Gotta go. Those two get ahead of you on the downhill. It's gonna be real tough. Gotta go. Oh, he's over 160 beats per minute. He's probably hurting like crazy right here.
Yep.
And he's done. I think he's close enough though from looking at the distance here. Those guys have gone too. Nice. Good job, Alan. Yeah, now sit on the wheels.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, stay in the draft until the turn.
It's gonna be real hard for them to shake you down this hill now because the speed's about to pick up.
Yep. Well, it's super tuck time.
Yeah. Oh, he sprinted into his super tuck. Go on, Alan. Don't. Yeah, is it send it right from the corner? Is that usually your spot here, Craig?
I usually go so every time I've had this finished, I've tried going long. I'd say maybe right before the corner.
Definitely think you'd want to wind up the speed a little. I don't think you'd want to be.
No, but you don't want to
waiting to
be
get
on the
there.
front here either. You want to be on the back, coming into the corner and accelerating.
Yep. There's a little C in there just to add one more bit of color to it.
Yeah. This should be a good sprint here.
All right.
He hasn't gone yet. Nobody's
pretty
gone
much-
yet. Oh, Grant's gone.
There
There
go.
we go. So
Butler's late, but
Butler's
Alan's
really
definitely
late.
going past Grant.
Yeah, Alan's
Yep.
got it.
I think
I
so.
think so.
If he can hold it.
Nice sprint. Yeah, he's got it. Attaboy.
Well done.
That was well done, Alan.
Yeah, that was a good sprint. Excellent sprint. So, given the A's, our only herd rider, Bobby, seemed to have a dropout, and we lost him. I think that wraps up our coverage. So, thanks guys for joining.
Yeah.
No worries.
And so everybody, good luck on your race this weekend if you haven't raced it already. And see you next week. Thanks.
Yeah.